The pop-up project was a commission from Melbourne Festival, 2010, and it was a series of flash mobs actually in 5 locations throughout Melbourne. So the flash mobs were all kind of site responsive. And we wanted to create a kind of experience for the participants. So it was kind of geared towards the person who was going to actually do it and what that experience was for them. We kind of worked with an element of surprise. So none of the participants knew where the flash mobs were going to take place. It was a kind of a secret until they actually got to the site. And so they did a series of workshops leading up, and we had a choreographer on board, Stephanie Lake, who works a lot with Chunky Move. So she was the choreographer, and myself and Julian from One Step at a Time Like This kind of created the kind of overall feel of what the project was. So Melbourne Festival did a big call out, and I think it was geared to a lot of dance students, but also just the general public. I think they wanted all kinds of people on board, where anyone, and it did say all welcome. We were interested in doing this more durational kind of thing. So each participant took part in 2 site-specific dances. They didn't know which site they were actually going to do it, so there was this element of kind of surprise and expectation. And so on the actual day, it was all via text messaging. So they had no idea what was going to happen or where they were going to go. And then they would just receive text messages saying, something's about to happen here, go there if you want to watch it. Or your dance is about to happen here, this is the location, meet there, you've got 15 minutes. And also in between each dance, we'd given them a piece of chalk. And so we kind of created these, what we called pop-up tags. So we got people to put a heart in front of a place that they liked in the city, or a kind of lightning bolt of places that they didn't like or didn't feel comfortable with. And so on the day, suddenly the city, everywhere you went, there were love hearts, in front of the Lynch shop, and then lightning bolts outside McDonald's, and the whole kind of city started kind of coming alive with the actual project, which was really lovely. The locations for pop-up were the finale happening in City Square. Centreway was another of the locations, and so if you look at that space, it's all rubbish bins and crates, coloured crates, and graffiti. That dance was all based around crates, so everyone kind of came into the space and took one of the crates that's kind of existing in the space. And then we used another lane called Lingham Lane, which is off Flinders Street. And it's kind of quite a dark, long lane, but it's kind of got quite a beautiful frame to it. We got a drummer to come and do a drumming piece, a live drumming piece, and so the piece was kind of based around this kind of dark and narrow space and this drumming sound kind of happening. I guess we were wanting to use kind of unusual spaces, hence us using a couple of laneways. And I think with a laneway, the architecture is the structure of it is so it's quite atmospheric, and you're quite held in that space. And so to work choreographically in it is quite easy.